So Nosedive is about a world in which people rate each other on their phones out of 5 and accumulate a sort of aggregate rating. What is so scary about that as a notion?
Well, I mean, I think that, like you said, Nosedive is takes place in a world in which we all rate one another, and I think what's scary about that is that we are sort of currently existing in that world, and the fact is that, in a way, like, I can justify it. I can say, like, like Uber drivers, for instance. I would get rated as a passenger. I would rate the Uber driver.
Do you know your
myself.
rating?
I do.
So do I.
What is
know.
it?
And it's like yours is going to be way higher than mine.
No, but I was really. I asked when I got this job. I went into an Uber cab.
Me too.
And I asked them what my rating was, and it was 4.8, and I was devastated.
I'm 4.4. Because I'm like, don't take that left. And they're like, why? And I'm like, no, please don't. Take this one and go around there. And then you get... But I'm happy with it. I'm happy that I'm not in the 3s, I guess. But like 4.4.
Yeah, no, that I just try. The thing that was so upsetting to me is, like, I really just try to be my best.
I know you're very nice.
and then I was like, where's the point 2 that's being docked off? What am I doing?
Lateness.
Yes.
Lateness,
Yes.
asking your route, not getting in it, like when you said you were going to get in it, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Also having a difficult address to get to, I think they don't like, which I have. And they're like, where actually are you? And they don't like that.
Oh, yeah, no, I bet that's it.
But
So-
we have, that's the opposite of the show. Juicy.
Yes. In the show,
Yeah.
Alice's character has sky-high ratings, and my character, Lacey, is wanting to improve her rating.
So did you start rating people internally afterwards?
Well, I mean, don't we always sort of...
But
It's
were you
more of a
thinking, like,
black and
that's a
white,
4?
though, isn't it? It's like either a yes or a no.
So it's always 5 or 1.
Isn't it? It's not like, oh, he's all right, half all right. You're like, I liked him, yeah.
I was thinking it would be a bit harsh if you started rating people just like giving someone a 3 and then they could see it straight off.
It's horrible. It's like
Yeah.
mediocre.
Yeah. So can you see it happening in the future?
Yeah, and with
already
social
happening.
media especially, I mean, the fact that I mean, it's the concept of having a interaction with someone in person and then giving them a low rating. I mean, that's like feels like a violation, but the same thing happens on social media. The only difference is that we're not actually face to face, and it doesn't mean it hurts any less. And so,
But I think we're a bit immune because we're actors. So you're rated a lot. You go through an audition process and they're like, you get a no. And you're like, okay. And then you get used to being rated.
yeah, and you practice not taking it personally and making rationalizations as to,
become a
I was just too tall.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they just don't like red hair. you know.
Yeah. So I think that there's immunity, but it definitely affects your psychological health.
Do you think social media is already affecting people's mental health in the way that like Lacey is
Yeah.
experiencing?
Yes, I think there's statistical evidence to prove that, and research that shows that we're actually we're more depressed than ever, and I think it has to do with, well, it's not I think it has to do with, I mean, it's what research is showing is that it has to do with the anxiety that is present because of that sort of that pressure to gain others' approval and to appear a certain way. And I mean, what's on your Instagram is not necessarily viewed by only your family. It's viewed by your employers. It's viewed by people who don't even know you. It's viewed by former people in relationships. I mean, it's like it's out there, and you're putting yourself out there, and that's a very stressful thing.